I'm creating two looks for mature eyes today with the Urban Decay Naked3 palette, the big palette, not the basics, and it looks like this. So let's get started with my two looks. Hi, I'm GloryB, and this is GloryB-TV, a lifestyle channel for mature women who want to look fabulous, feel amazing, and age gracefully. Well, I'm 62 now, which, wow. When I was in my teens and 20s and 30s, 62 seemed really old. So I'm always on the lookout for how to anti-age, how to look younger, how to look healthy, be healthy. So some of that is from food and diet, which I outline on my website and my courses and in videos on YouTube, and then also skincare. And then of course there's makeup. So today's makeup is just looking at eyeshadow and the Urban Decay Naked3 palette and what we can do with that. There are only 3 matte colors on here though. And for me, I like matte colors because they don't show the wrinkles as much, but let's have some fun with it anyway. First, I'm going to do a look that's lighter and not so dramatic. And then second, I'll do a look that's more dramatic, which is actually this look. I'll show you how I got that. So let's get right to it. I put on my face makeup and I'm going to clip back my hair. I've also put on a purple eyeliner. This is the Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes Intense in the color Intense Plum. So I'm going to start by going all over my eyes with that creamy matte called Strange. And I'm just going to put that all over. It's not really a heavy color. Makes for a good base. Now I'm going to go in with using an e.l.f. brush that I have here that I'll link below, and I'm going to use the color Limit because it's one of the few mattes in here, and I'm just going to go in the transition area above the crease and into the crease also, and kind of down the side a little bit. And I'll blend it. Next, I'm going to use my pointed brush from Carity and go into the other matte, which is Nooner. And I'm just going to go more into the crease and around the side of the mobile lid, the outer edge. And I'll blend that. Since I'm doing a lighter look this time, I'm going to go in with, and I'm kind of torn. Here's my that's my sense of humor. Wow. I'm going to see that back in the editing and maybe take that out. But looking at these, I want to do something a little different that I don't normally do. So I'm going to go in, and I don't want to do brown today, but let me just sample a few of these on my fingers. So I'm kind of torn between Burnout, it's coming off light on my finger, and one called Buzz, the bee's coming off, and Liar. Okay, I'm going to bring these up to the camera, and let's see. Okay, so this one is Burnout. So it's not as shiny. It's got a little bit of shimmer, but not much. Burnout. Then this one is Buzz, and this one is Liar. I think for the outer edge of the mobile lid, I'm going to try Liar, just because I haven't tried it yet. Now, as I'm cleaning my fingers off on a tissue in front of me, that one's coming out a little bit more brown, so that's interesting. I'm going to go in with a tiny little angled brush into the one called Liar. And I'm just going to go, oh, I can't wait to have eye surgery and get this fixed so I can see better, but I'm going to go into this corner here. It's not very dark, is it? Okay. Well, I said I didn't want drama in this look because in the next look I'm going to do drama. So I'm going to put that in here. Go into the crease a little bit. Do that outer V. I need my 10X mirror. It's kind of hard to tell if I'm getting some color. I'm getting a little bit of color. Okay, I'm getting a little bit. Maybe I want a little bit more. I'm going to take this other brush that I had decided not to go with and just put a little bit more in that corner. Can you see what I'm doing there? And now, before I go any further, I'm going to do a little bit of blending, but I haven't lined the under eye yet. So I'm going to do something that I did with the other one. I'm going to go first into Limit, the lighter matte, and I'm going to go under to line, and I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way across with Limit. Now I'm going to go in with Liar with the same brush. Tap a lot off so I don't get it in my eyeball. And I'm just going to do that outer, maybe third with that. Let me put a little bit more on. I don't have as many little lashes right here. Okay, so looking in my monitor, it is more dramatic than I thought, but I can get some of that off. Now I'm going to go back in with that matte cream and go over the top and clean up some of this over here. I haven't done the rest of the mobile lid, so I'm going to go in. I like a lighter lid, so I'm going to go in with Dust, which is the lightest of the shimmers, and just pat it on there. And do a little blending. And then I might need to use my 10 times mirror, but I'm going to go in with my liner again. I know a lot of you will line after you do your eyeshadow, but some of you have told me that you line before and then soften the line. So the shadow on top of the liner does soften the line a lot, which is nice. If you don't like a harsh line, but you like some line, put the line on first and then go over it with shadow. I'm going to go put on some mascara and I'll be right back. Here's the final look close up. Move my hair out of the way. And here it is from farther away. So that is my lighter look. So let's get to the demo. on the more dramatic look. For this more dramatic look, I think what I'm going to do is a little bit the opposite of what I usually do, which is to put the shimmer on my lid first. And I'm going to use the color called Dust. It's one of the lighter shimmers. And I'm just going to pat that in. And I might put more on later. Now I had already applied a dark pencil. This is the Lancome Le Crayon Coal in the color ebony or black ebony. And I might touch that up a little bit later. So now I'm ready for the transition shade. I always have my trusty blending brush here, just in case. I'm just using an e.l.f. brush. This is an e.l.f. I'll link in the description box below. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the lighter matte shade in this called Limit. It has a little bit of pinky in it. Great for a transition shade, not too dark. Now I didn't do an all over color, you might have noticed. Now I'm just going to go above that transition shade and use that whitish matte called Strange. All of the colors, all of the color names for Urban Decay are strange. And I might dip into this again a little bit later. Now I'm going to go in with a pointed brush. This is from Carity, and I'm using the other matte shade, the darker one called Nooner. And I'm going to go into more of my crease. I'm going over that color limit, but below it. Maybe a little bit out to the corner. And blend. Now I'm going to use a tiny brush and I'm going to go back into Limit and I'm going to line some of this lower lid area. Then I'm going to use the same brush and dip into Nooner and go over some of that same area, but not as far over. And I'm just going to touch on some of that liner to soften the line with Nooner, with the same little brush. And I'll get it closer to the lash line than I can with the liner. I can't do all of that thick lining. My eyes are way too sensitive for that. Now for a little more drama, I'm going to go into the color they call Dark Heart. Now there are two dark colors. One is Dark Side and Dark Heart. The Dark Heart looks like it has a little bit of cherry color in it. It definitely has a tiny bit of shimmer, but I'm going in with a tiny little angled brush, and ooh, it's a really soft eyeshadow, so I don't want too much. I can always add more, and of course I'll be blending it out. And I'm going to go into the outer part of my mobile lid and that top part of the crease. And a little bit higher. So I'm not going on the mobile lid except for here. Yes, you can see that. And then I'll step back. I have to I have to look at my monitor to make sure I'm getting that dark color in the crease. And this is great if you have some kind of a hooded lid or your eye isn't all that defined on its own. Just to put this tiny little amount. You can also use a small pointed brush for this. And then what you want to do, so I have, I'm going to flip my mirror so I can kind of put it in right below the camera without going crazy. So when you look straight into a mirror at yourself, which is how other people will see you, and you have your eyes open, you can see that color just a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take, I could use this brush, but I have more trust in this tiny brush. And I'm going to put a little bit of that dark heart on there and wipe some off so I don't get it on my eyeball. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the lower lid, but just a tiny amount. I'm not even going halfway across. You can always use your finger or a Q-tip to help take away any extra. All right, I am almost done, except for the blending. Although that blended really nicely, just, you know, just applying it. And now I'm going to go back in with that light creamy color above, and I'll blend that out as well. And one more time, I'm going to go in with my little brush with the color Dust, the shimmer. And there, yeah, there's some other pinky shimmers in here too, and a gold one. I'm just going to tap it in here. Tap it in here. And I am not going to apply any more eyeliner to this. I'm going to put on some mascara and I'll be right back. Here's the close-up version. And this is the finished look from a little further away with a more dramatic look, which you can get from these light colors just because there are a few more dark colors inside. If you're wondering how I got my long lashes, make sure to check out my video on my generic Latisse that I get for so much cheaper than Latisse and how it worked for me. I started using this product when I was in my late 50s. I'm now 62. So check out that video by clicking its image on the right side of your screen or the other video I put up there too. And I'll see you in the next video.